Session is about the desire mentality, so that the desire overshadow the need, and they train us in such a way that needs remain always in the shadow and the desire take over, and desire become the dominant, and we never think of the need mentality. And that is actually the whole foundation which are developed by the corporations, the businesses, and now these businesses are the government. Now they are actually running the government, and the lawmakers support them in making the laws so that they become dominant. And the mainstream media, the social media, focusing on the desire, and that desires become giants. And now these giants take the entire economy. In the past, a single person make only 4 pair or 5 pair per day, but now a common, even a small automated shoe factory make 4,000 pairs per day. So the supply is too much bigger than the demand, so that develop the desire mentality, so that we demand for the new, even we never entirely consume the old one, and we remain dissatisfied, and that dissatisfaction give them strength. They become strengthened with the dissatisfaction, and the desire make them, give them the margins, the profits. And that is the reason we are now in the new stress, and that new stress is the psychosocial stress, the stress that come from the social environment. And that environment now uh, become so effective, so efficient, that we remain 24/7 in the psychosocial stress. And that psychosocial stress creates the new problems which we never listen in the past 5 or 6 decades. Before 5 or 6 decades, these are rare and remain unknown in most of the time, but now we listen a lot about the problems which this psychosocial stress create. And that psychosocial stress gave us the gift of sleep disorder, the depression, the anxiety, the immune deficiencies, the memory problems, the new diseases, the Alzheimer, the Parkinson, the dementia, the cardiovascular diseases, the diabetes, and a lot which are now common. And this psychosocial stress make us vulnerable. And one thing they now are teaching, that is the automation, and that automation are replacing the job. Almost 50% are vulnerable to computerization, and 45% are vulnerable to the automation, and that automation very fastly replacing those jobs. And the people who are attached to those jobs are having no adaptability to the coming skills they become more vulnerable. Here, the corporations are actually the government. The corporations run the government, and that is the reason the corporation run the mainstream media. And that mainstream media and social media make us addictive to the new products they launch, to the new fashions they introduce, to the new trends they are actually launch it 24/7. And now we have so many brands, so many trends, that these brands and trends give us these psychosocial problems, these psychosocial stress. And by exposing 24/7 to these psychosocial stress, we become the problems, and the corporation loves the problem. When we become in problem, we need social support, and we always believe that the governments, that these corporations serving us, and we give the rope. And the more we give the rope to them, the more easily, the more early we all are hanged. So these are actually the authorities which we give them agriness. We become agree and give them these authorities, and now we are the part of the problem. We remain in the problem, and the problem are actually strengthening the corporations. And that is why they even use the terminology war, and that war is actually meaning the money. War on crime, war on terror, war on drugs, but they never declare war on the needs which we required. They declare war for their profits, for their margins. And when they declare the war, it means they are actually working to strengthen the capitalism, the paper money, the deceptive economy. And that is the reason we remain in the trap, and that trap again make us so vulnerable that we again remain in the rat race, and we are as free as our purchasing power that can buy. We are only free up to that limit, and that is why now they mostly focus the three things. One is the desire economy, and the other is the poor purchasing power, and the third one, which are promoted again by them, the mentality for consumerism.